Hello,
Hello,
may I know your name?
my name is Nin.
Okay, so can I see your identification? Okay, thank you. So this is the International English Testing Language System. So the first question that I will ask you is about concentration. So can you share with me, when do you need to be focused?
Well, focus can really be a topic to discuss about. Some people will not have the ability to concentrate, while others will exceed at this. And concentration usually comes in when you really are enjoying or like doing something the most, and this could be really useful when you're concentrating.
Okay, so what may distract you when you are trying to stay focused?
Well, in my opinion, my friends could be the most distracting thing when I'm focusing because they can do my hobbies and they're constantly telling me to do it, but I couldn't. The second is food, because as you are concentrating for hours, you will feel a little bit distracted by the smell of the cooking food.
Okay, so what do you do to help you concentrate?
Well, I am not a very concentrative person, but whenever I'm concentrated, I usually listen to music and really focus on what I'm doing and not let the environment affect me.
Okay. So our second topic is about place. So where do people in your local area often choose to meet?
Well, in Ho Chi Minh City, most people would prefer a coffee shop because here they will meet many people with the same hobbies, and they have the most comfortable place to talk and communicate with their friends. But for some people who would prefer the action-packed Ho Chi Minh City, they would prefer District 1 or Wing Hoi Street because they can do window shopping there, and because in that area there's a variety of shops they could pick, they would have a much funner time there than being in a coffee shop.
Okay. So do you prefer a meeting point which has an appealing beauty?
Well, in my opinion, I would prefer a place with a much more comfortable view, because in my opinion, I prefer less action-packed because more people would be there, and I don't really like to communicate with people that much. But for some people, they would prefer the aesthetic pleasing view, which was good for discussions and pictures if they wanted to.
Okay. Do you prefer to choose stunning hotel or resort room views?
Well, in my opinion, I would prefer the fancy modernized hotel. However, many people would prefer the aesthetic pleasing hotel. But in general, I would like to live in a hotel where there's a mixture between modernized and nice view, and this would create the most suitable hotel for both type of person.
Okay, great. We've finished our questions in speaking part 1, and now we've moved to part 2. So in this section, I will give you a cue card with a topic, and I will give you 1 minute in order to prepare to take notes. So after that, you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. Don't worry if I stop you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so here's your topic. Okay, your 1 minute start now. Okay, your time start now.
Well, 2020 was a rough year for me, and I didn't accomplish much, but I have accomplished a test that I really feel proud about, which is called Ielts. I got 8.0 for it, and it really marked a milestone for me because it had shown my English skill developing over time. I set my goal as 7.5 at the beginning because I wouldn't expect much from this test, but it turns out that I excelled that goal and achieved 8.0. This test, I have to say, it was fairly difficult because taking an English test for a second time was a new experience for me, and I am still not really comfortable in taking an international test, but I had focused up and excelled at it. I felt really happy and accomplished after achieving this goal because 8.0 is a really difficult number to get in this test, and by achieving it, I really feel proud of myself and had to give a pat on the back to myself because I had spent a lot of time and had persevered a lot in achieving this goal.
Okay, thank you. May I take the paper back? And we'll move to part 3. So in part 3, I will ask you some questions that are relevant to the topic that you received previously.
Yeah.
Okay. So, should parents help their kids with their homework?
Well, I believe that they should not help their kids with their homework because firstly, homework is to check whether the kids have developed in school and to remind them what they have learned on that day. But when the parents help them, the kids won't learn anything and will just be relying on their parents to do their homework for them. So I believe that parents should not do work for their children unless it's too difficult so they can sit down and help, not do it for their children.
Okay. So what kind of advice should parents give to their children?
Well, in my opinion, parents should teach their kids and give them great advices on concentration and what they should do in the future and shape them to the way their parents want them to, because a misled could lead to a ruined life, meaning that their parents could affect their child's life a lot, meaning that they could really lead them into a dark path.
Okay. So is a career plan important?
Well, a career plan is significantly important because without a clear path what you're going to do in the future, you will have a tendency to become jobless or work in a not well-paid job, meaning that a career path is the most important thing you can possibly do before you graduate and even before you start high school. Because in high school you will learn different subjects leading up to your career, meaning that you will have to be sure and feel determined on that subject before you take it.
Okay. So should parents teach their children to deal with failures? Why and how?
Well, in my opinion, parents should always teach their children many things, and one of them is how to deal with failure. A famous saying from Thomas Edison, failure is the mother of success, meaning that they have to fail a couple of times in order to be successful. And you have to break a couple of eggs to make an omelet, meaning that they have to deal with their failures in order to excel in their life. Furthermore, children may have their own ego, meaning that they will not accept failures. This can be either both good and bad because this can make them not succeed in life, making them always constantly fail, while others may accept their failure and develop on that failure to make them successful in life.
Okay. So that's the end of this test. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.